Hey guys, thanks for joining. Today we're going to continue highlighting the CPT book. Okay, we're going to start in a couple of minutes. Okay, if any of you guys have any questions, now is a good time to ask. Hey guys. Okay, someone just asked about the CPC exam and do I have any tips? I would say, study the guidelines, take the time to highlight your CPT book, tab your books, and you really have to learn test-taking techniques like the process of elimination, because remember, you only have 4 hours to answer 100 questions. Thanks for joining, guys. Okay, does anybody have any other questions before we start? Okay, there is a question. Do you need to purchase all 3 books for studying for the CPC exam? Okay, yes, you will need the CPT book, the ICD-10-CM book, and the HCPCS book for the CPC exam. Okay, and they have to be either the current year's books or the previous. So 2024 books if you're taking the exam this year, or 2023. Someone else said, I'm taking the CBCS. Is it any different from the CPC exam? That certification is not through AAPC, so I'm not sure. I think that's a billing certification, so you'd have to go on, I think that's AMBA. You have to go on their website to check that out. I'm not too familiar with that certification. I don't have that one. My certifications are just from AAPC. Okay, thanks for joining, guys. All right, we're going to get started with highlighting the book. Towards the end of the live, I'll take more questions. All right, it's kind of hard for me to see my phone, as I'm going through the book. So if you post a question in the middle, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I literally can't see my phone. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So save any questions till the end. Okay, this will go until 8:30. Okay, we are on the musculoskeletal system. That's where we left off last time. I have the 2024 book. And I am on page 192. Okay. Now I'm just going to walk you guys through the way that I do it. Okay, if you've seen some of my other lives, you've probably heard me say this. Okay, this isn't the only way. All right, this is just the way that I do it, that I find helpful. But if you find a way that works better for you, then, do that. All right, again, I'm on page 192. And what I like to do is highlight the first couple of words of each main CPT code. Okay, I'm not highlighting the codes that are indented. Okay, I'm just highlighting the first couple of words of the main codes. Okay, and then I go back and I group the codes together that go together. So I group the codes that are indented with the code above it, so you can read the full code description. Okay, and grouping the codes together just helps you, at least it helps me find the codes quicker and just helps me read the full code description. Whoops, I messed this one up. It should go down to there. Okay, I also go back and I circle what is in parentheses. Okay, the parentheses give more instructions, and it tells you, what can be coded together, what can't be coded together. So it's important to take note of that. All right, so that's basically it. Okay, and I do this all throughout the CPT book. Okay, that was page 192. Now I'm going to page 193. Okay, again, just highlighting the first couple of words of each main code. Okay, remember, you don't have to memorize anything. Okay, this section of the CPT book has a lot of codes. Okay, I think this is the biggest section. So there's just a lot of different codes in here. You don't have to memorize anything. Okay, so then again, just go back and you group the codes together. So I'm just grouping the indented codes with the main code above it. Okay, remember, you have to read the full code of the main code. That's the description for that code, and then to get the description for the code underneath, you read to the semicolon and then go to the code below it. Okay, so I always recommend to my students that they take the time to highlight their books like this when they are going through the course. Okay, if you save it to do to the end of the course, I feel like it would just be a lot and would be kind of overwhelming. So that's why I tell my students to take about 1 to 2 months after they're finished my course to, study, and, if they're not finished highlighting the book, to go back and do that. Okay, and to learn test-taking techniques. Okay, my next course starts in September. Okay, if you're someone out there who's taking a course, not through me, but through someone else, I do have an exam strategy workshop that is a quick online workshop for you to learn test-taking techniques. Okay, that's on my website. Okay, if you take the coding course through me, that is included in the course. Okay, again, just going back and circling what is in parentheses. Okay, and that's basically it for that page. That was page 193. Now, someone in my last live asked if the highlighter goes through to the back of the page, and it does not. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. It didn't go through to the back of the page. Okay, I'm just using regular highlighters that you can get, anywhere from, Amazon or Target or whatever. Okay, they're just plain highlighters, and it does not go through. Okay, now I'm on page 194. Okay, these are repair, revision, and/or reconstruction codes. Again, just highlighting the first couple of words. And like I was saying earlier, if you find a way that is easier for you, then do that. Okay, this is just the way that I've been highlighting my books. Okay. All right, then go back and group the codes together. All right, and circle anything in parentheses. Now remember, for the CPC exam, you could take the exam from home, or you can go to a testing center. Okay, you could read about that on the AAPC website. Okay, but when you schedule your exam, you can choose which way you want to take the test. Okay, I've taken I have 3 certifications, and 2 of them I took at a testing center and 1 I took from home. Okay, I liked going to the testing center. Okay, I felt like it was, I didn't mind driving there. It was close. Okay, there's a lot of testing centers. I think I had to drive maybe 20 minutes from my house, and it was fine. If you decide to take the exam from home, there's instructions on the AAPC website, but you'll need an external web camera, and you'll have a proctor, that you'll be talking to, and they watch you take the exam. Okay, I personally didn't like taking the exam from home. Okay, but that's just me though. Okay, I know other people have had good experiences with taking the exam from home. So it's really just up to you. Okay, so I grouped the codes together. For this one, if you see codes that are red, okay, 28295 code is out of numerical sequence. Okay, you'll see that throughout the book. Okay, sometimes the codes are not in order. All right. Page 196 and 197 just has some different pictures here. It has different pictures for different procedures. Okay, so this is 28298, 28297, 28296. Okay, so you can just, I'm just going back and highlighting those codes so I see them. All right. All right, now I'm on page 198. Going to highlight the first couple of words again. Okay, now we're getting into some different fracture codes, and you'll have to know what some of these terms mean, like open treatment, closed treatment. Okay, you could write notes in your book also. Okay, there's blank pages, or you could write, anywhere you want in the book, you could write notes. Okay, again, just going back and grouping the codes together. Okay, then circling what's in parentheses. Okay, you'll also see coding tips throughout the CPT book. Okay, make sure you take the time to read those. Okay, that was page 198. Okay, page 199. Okay, again, just highlighting the first couple of words. Okay, I also tab my books. Okay, I make and sell these. You can find these in my TikTok shop. Okay, or even if you want to make the codes yourself, that's still good. Okay, I do recommend that you tab your books. I think it makes it easier to, find codes quicker. And I think it also helps you learn the layout of the book. Okay, anything that you can do that will help you save time when you're taking the exam is helpful. Okay, that is why I recommend the tabs. Okay, again, remember you have 4 hours to answer 100 questions. Okay, so that's only a little bit, it's like 2 minutes 40 seconds per question. Okay, so not a lot of time. All right, again, go back and group the codes together. Okay, you'll see some of the codes include anesthesia and some don't. Okay, 28600, okay, is without anesthesia. It's closed treatment of tarso-metatarsal joint dislocation without anesthesia. 28605 is with anesthesia. Okay, so again, there's not really too much difference between the codes sometimes. All right, so that is why, again, I like to highlight the book and just group codes together. You'll start to see similarities between the codes and differences. Okay, it just helps you, it really just helps you learn the CPT book. Again, just circling what's in parentheses. Okay, that was page 199. Okay, it's about 8:15, so I'll stop for a minute just to take a couple of questions, and then we'll go back. If you guys have any questions, I could actually see my phone now, so I can answer them. Okay, does anyone have any questions about the exam? Okay, I see question page 192, top right. What code do those go with? Page 192, top right. Okay, let me see. Oh, okay. You mean these right here, 28003. Okay, 28003 goes with 28002. Okay, I think that's what you mean for that one. Okay, because 28003 is indented and 28002 is not. So those two codes go together. Okay, I didn't really group them because of the way they're set up on the page. All right, and 28005, that does not have any code below it. That code is just by itself. And so is 28008. Okay, hopefully I answered your question there. I think that's what you mean. Okay, another question, can we write notes on the book during the exam? I don't think you could write during the exam, okay? All the exams are on the computer now, they're electronic, so you can't have a pen or pencil or anything like that with you. Okay, so you can't write anything while you're taking the exam. You could only write stuff in your books before the exam. Okay, what was the hardest part for you when you took the CPC exam? That is a good question. Let's see. I think the cardiovascular section was the hardest for me. Okay, those codes are, there's a lot of different rules, and it was really confusing for me. Okay, but that was a long time ago. Okay, I've had the CPC for a while now. But I remember, back when I was learning that, I thought that was a confusing chapter. Those codes are 33016 to 39599. Okay, and that is a chapter that my students say is confusing for them too. So I think that's pretty much confusing for everybody. Even if, if you have a good class and a good instructor and they explain it, it's still confusing. It takes time to learn coding. It really, really does. And even when you pass the CPC exam, you're always going to be learning. Okay, even when you're out there and you have your first coding job, there's always going to be new things. So if it's confusing, while you're taking your class, just know that it gets easier and gets better, I think, the further you go along. It really, really does. It's confusing in the beginning. All right, I'll take one more question and then we'll get back to the book. All right, here's a question. Oh, I missed it. I think it said, where do you find the code if it's resequenced? All right, let me find an example. That's a good question. Someone did ask me a similar question last time. Okay, so all right, let me try to find an example here. All right, it does tell you where the codes are, and sometimes it's a little confusing. Okay, so I'm looking at page 192. Okay, I'm looking at the excision codes. Okay, 28039 is a red code. It's out of sequence. It says, code is out of numerical sequence C28035 to 28047. All right, so it's telling you that this code is not here, right? And then it says C28035 to 28047. So I'm going to look for code 28035, which in this case is right above it. And then it should be in that area. It says 28035 to 28047. So in this case, it's right here, 28039. Okay, and it has the hashtag sign next to it. Okay, that means that it's not in order. Okay, so it should be, like in this case, it's right near where it should be. But sometimes it might be, on the following page. All right, it's not always this close, but in this example it was. All right. Okay, so I was on page... Okay, now we're on page 200. Okay, again, now we're on the application of casts and strapping codes. Okay, the book will give some directions here. Okay, there's a lot of directions throughout the book. So if you see, paragraphs and stuff, take time to read that. And it's all throughout the book. Sometimes it's more than that. Okay. Again, just highlighting the first couple of words for the main codes. Okay, these codes have to do with splints. Okay, all underneath that. Okay, again, going back and grouping the codes together. Okay, just to answer like the question from earlier, again, now there's codes above here that are indented. Okay, these go with the codes from the other side. Okay, so 29075 is still, underneath this code. 29049. Okay, those would go together. Okay, again, circling what's in parentheses. Okay. All right, that was page 200. Okay, I'm on page 201. Okay, some of the directions in parentheses give directions about modifiers, like this one right here. To report bilateral procedure, use 29450 with modifier 50. Okay, modifier 50 is the bilateral modifier. I'm going to show you guys where to find the definitions of the modifiers, okay? A lot of questions, well, not a lot, but some questions on the CPC exam have modifiers, so you'll have to be familiar with those. Okay, if you go to the back of the front cover, okay, you'll see different modifiers and a short description. Okay, it also has some of the Hicks-Picks modifiers here, but not all of them, but it does have some. Okay, so if you get a question on the CPC exam, you can come back to the front cover and see what the modifiers mean. Like we just saw modifier 50. Okay, here it is, 50, bilateral procedure. Okay, if you want to see the full code description, that is in the back of the book in Appendix A. Okay, again, this is why I recommend tabbing the books. You can find it quicker. Page 967. Okay, these have all the full description of the code modifiers. Okay. So again, nothing you have to memorize, but you need to know where to find stuff in the book. All right, so again, Appendix A for the modifier, or the short description is on the back of the front cover. Okay, again, highlighting the first couple of words. Okay, again, circling what's in parentheses. Here is another, it talks about modifier 50 again. And it also tells you, what codes can be coded together and what cannot be coded together. Okay, for on this part of the book, it tells you what codes cannot be coded together. Okay, so that's important. You might have a question on the CPC exam where it has codes, that aren't supposed to be coded together as part of the answer. All right, so that, this could help you. Okay, for example, here, do not report 29540 in conjunction with 29580, 29581 for the same extremity. Okay. All right, we have a couple of minutes left. I'll take any other questions that you guys might have. And then again, I go live every Monday from 8 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next time we will finish up this section and go to the respiratory. All right. If any of you guys have any questions about the exam or any other, coding questions or stuff we highlighted in the book, okay, I'll take those questions now. Okay, again, I always recommend to my students that they take 1 to 2 months to prepare for the CPC exam. A question, do I tutor? I used to, but I don't anymore. Okay, I have the exam strategy workshop, which is the same techniques that I used to tutor people in for the CPC exam. If you have any specific questions, though, you could always email me. My email is lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com. Next question is the exam all multiple choice? Yes. It's all multiple choice. I have heard rumors that, they may change some of it eventually, but as of right now, they have not. Okay, it's all multiple choice. Another question, do you record these videos? Yes, the lives are recorded. Okay, and I do post them over on my YouTube. Okay, so if you ever miss a live, it's over on my YouTube channel. I usually post it the following day. Okay, does anyone else have any other questions? Do you recommend to try to memorize all the modifiers? No, definitely do not. Eventually you might start to know them just from using them. Like you might know, okay, modifier 50 is bilateral, but no, I do not recommend trying to memorize them. It would just be too much. Even if it's something you tried to do or wanted to do, I think that would be really hard to memorize. Okay. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Ivory. Thanks again, guys, for joining. I can take one more question. Okay, remember, I'll be going live again next Monday at 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, someone wrote, I took a course about over 10 months for billing and coding. Do you recommend the courses again? Well, I don't know where you're at. If you feel like you would need to take a course again, you could, but you might not need a full course. Okay, maybe you just need to study. I'm not sure, where you're at with it. What do you need to take when testing? Okay, for the CPC exam, you'll need your 3 coding books, which are your ICD-10, your HCPCS, and your CPT book. Okay, now when I went for my exam, I had, and you'll need your identification, like a license. Okay, now when I took my exam, they made you lock up, your phone and your purse and everything in a locker. Okay, you weren't allowed to have that with you. All right, you were just allowed to bring your books into the testing room. Okay, and you can find all this information on the AAPC website. Is this recorded for YouTube? Well, I'll post this on YouTube. Okay, I don't go live on YouTube, but I post my recordings from here over on YouTube. Okay. All right, guys, thanks again for joining. All right, I will again be going live next Monday from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right? You guys could always feel free to email me if you think of any questions later. My email is lindsay@midnightmedicalcoding.com. All right, guys. Again, thanks for joining. I will talk to you guys later.